Hello and welcome to Business Insider with Mario Toneguzzi on YYC Business. Joining me today is Romana King, who is a national real estate expert and the director of content for Zolo. Thanks for joining us today, Romana.
Good to be here in the heat.
In the heat, which is a perfect topic of what we're talking about today. So Zolo released its report, kind of an interesting report, best swimming lakes and beaches in Alberta. Let me just first ask, has Zolo done this before?
Zolo's never done this before, but the reality is that, you know, we're a real estate brokerage, we're a real estate marketplace, but real estate is more about a home, and a home is where you spend your time working, having family, building a life, having fun. And so we thought there's been a lot of fatigue about all the stuff that's going on with pandemic restrictions and economy and the hotness of the real estate market across Canada, that why not take sort of a lighthearted approach to how do you have fun in your own backyard, right?
Okay. Now, as I looked at that list, it came as no surprise to me that Sylvan Lake was #1 in Alberta. What were the reasons for that?
Well, we went out and we talked to locals, we talked to Albertans, and we just asked them, listen, what would you rank the best spots to go? And I think that's why it did reach #1, is because most people in Alberta, you know, they understand that even if it's a couple of hours drive or just a short distance, you know, Calgary, Edmonton's a little bit shorter to Sylvan Lake. This is a top spot. It's primo. It's great to take the kids. You can spend all day there. It's a great swimming spot, a great sunbathing spot, a great spot to take in, you know, go for an ice cream, walk around, go for a hike. So it's got it all in a day trip.
Okay, and now you know, there was a number of lakes and beaches that were mentioned in the report. We won't go through them, but in a general sense, though, like it's not something that people associate with Alberta, right? You know, lakes and swimming beaches are mostly associated like in Ontario, BC, Saskatchewan, and you know, those types of places, but Alberta doesn't seem to have that reputation for having that. Do you think by, you know, what you saw in the report that maybe that reputation is a little misleading?
Oh, I think it's the best kept secret. I think that, you know, even Albertans don't realize how great Alberta has it for freshwater swimming. And a lot of times what you'll see is people closer to the border will actually hop over to BC thinking BC's got the lakes. But the reality is inland lakes, you know, lakes that are in Alberta, particularly ones in southern Alberta, these are for the most part warmer lakes, a lot nicer in the summer to swim in, and you've got less crowds because it is a good secret. So, you know, with the exception of Sylvan Lake, but a lot of these places may not be on the top bucket list of Albertans because they always thought hopping over a border to say BC or going international was the thing to do. But now I think more Albertans, if they don't already know, they're going to realize that there's a lot of selection in Alberta and that it is a really well populated province when it comes to freshwater swimming and swimming holes.
Let me ask you the impact that those places have on the real estate market, right? A lot of people, you know, look for cottages and lakefront properties and et cetera. Like, what is the lure, I guess, and the attraction to those places as real estate investment areas?
There's always been an attraction, and you know, report to follow, as they say, but there's always been an attraction because waterfront property is a lifestyle choice. So you're not buying it for the investment value. You're buying it because you're investing in your family time. You know, you're not just going up there with your kids, but you're going up there with your extended family. You're spending extended periods of time. So quite often, if it's not already done so, you'll see, you know, lakefront properties passed on from grandparents to parents to children, and they keep them in the family, and they just sort of keep that tradition of coming to the cottage on the lake as sort of a part of their family culture. And I think that's more and more so we're going to see more of that. A lot of people right now in Alberta will try and escape the winters, and so they don't always see Alberta as a sort of a destination spot to spend your summers because it gets very hot. But those lakefront properties will probably start commanding a lot more interest and price. You know, we've already seen that sort of escalation in value in sort of Muskoka and parts of interior BC. This may start happening in Alberta, but I think there is a bit of a sweet spot. It's still an unknown in Alberta right now for many of these places.
Okay, anything else, Romana, do you want to mention regarding the report?
Yeah, the nice thing is yeah, we list the top 10 greatest in sort of in the province, but it's not, we understand that some people feel more beholden to staying closer to home because of pandemic, because of restrictions. So we broke it out so that if you're living in a certain region, sort of southern Alberta, you can find a great spot to swim in a local distance that you feel comfortable. So you can do a nice day trip, stay local, have fun at the lakeside, have fun at the waterfall hole, have fun at the watering hole, and still feel like you're protecting those that you love.
I have fun at different watering hole, but
Yes, yes. You can bring your own watering hole to the watering hole.
yeah. Okay, so if people want to find the report and find the list, and where can they go?
They can go to zolo.ca. The blog is known as Zolo Homebase, and we have a lot of information there for buyers, sellers, and just having fun as residents of Canada.
Okay, super. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you, Mario.
All right, that was Romana King, a national real estate expert and director of content with Zolo. This has been Business Insider with Mario Toneguzzi on YYC Business. Thanks for joining us today.